Come on. I swear to God, I do that. I do try everything. I swear to God, I tell you, I'll be crazy. Wait, hold on. You gotta relax. I can't understand. What's up, self? What you saying, man? You gonna do it, right? You gotta relax.
Did you know the Snitch was just exposed? Meet Lil Ted, also known as TTE's brother and Lil Durk's main hitter, who was picked up by police at a local convenience store with a firearm in his jeans pocket.
Dude had it. What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
At that moment, Lil Ted was driven to the police station, and even before stepping inside, tears were already streaming down his face. He kept telling the officers, "I swear I'll tell y'all about the murders," hoping to avoid jail, but it was already too late.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it. I do try everything. I swear to God, I tell you, I'll be crazy.
After being placed in the holding cell, Lil Ted was seen crying uncontrollably, desperate to spill what he knew about the murders. He was ready to talk about anything and anyone if it meant getting out of jail.
Wait, hold on. You gotta relax. I can't understand. What's up, self? What you saying, man? You gonna do it, right? You gotta relax. Relax. I'm trying to get that.
With TTE being his older brother, news of someone snitching in the family had people assuming it was D, especially when the last name appeared on court documents. But in reality, it was his younger brother, Lil Ted. Rumors also began to swirl around Vanny, King Von's cousin, with some fans fearing he might have snitched too. As speculation spread, Faizu went live on Instagram to address the situation and answer questions.
No more know what's going on, but the people that's in the courtrooms, man, for real. There'll be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what's going on, for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, first y'all into the jail bombers out there. Now y'all come on money up there, man. Snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on, for real. Some of kids, y'all really just be running. That's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. You y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
Even crazier, DJ Academic spoke about Vonnie allegedly snitching on Lil Durk, which caused major confusion. But in reality, it was Lil Ted who had been snitching the entire time.
When you see Flocko post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out that his co-defendant, OT and Vonnie, King Von cousin, filed for protective custody when they came. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, maybe jumped maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than the story.
But did you know this actually works in Durk's favor for getting a bond release? Let me explain. A viral tweet read, "Durk's lawyers just submitted the sneakiest bond proposal I've ever seen. We're actually about to see him released." Before GTA 6, as the update was shared by the well-known lawyer for workers, Mo.
In the Lil Durk case, his lawyer Drew Finling not giving up on the application for a bond. Now, they were denied last week by a magistrate judge. In federal court, you have a magistrate judge and a district judge. The district judge is on top of the magistrate judge. So if the magistrate judge denies you, you can ask the district judge to take a look at it. That's what his lawyers are doing here. I think this is a good decision because Quite frankly, in front of the magistrate judge who denied Lil Durk, Drew Finling could have pulled a rabbit out of a hat, and that magistrate judge would have remanded the rabbit. You have to consider the fact, and I hope the district judge will, that this case, as pled several months ago, has been significantly watered down in terms of how it's being pled against Durk, where you used to have an allegation that we, the government, are going to prove to you exactly who he paid the bounty to. Now the government's saying, oh, we're not going to be able to do that.
As Mo explained, the fill-in judge immediately denied Durk's bond, seeing nothing but a straightforward murder-for-hire case in the court file. However, it was just announced that Lil Durk will get another shot at freedom, as a judge has approved. A June 2nd hearing to review his third bail proposal now increased to $2.7 million. This time, the hearing will be with the main judge. And what happened during Durk's second bond attempt may actually strengthen his chances of being released. On this third try,
Update on Lil Durk. He had his bond hearing today. He looked good. He looked like he was in good spirits. No crazy weight gain or anything like that. He looked good. The judge was on the same vibe she was on last time, which is that, wait, they're saying murder for hire. They're saying you put bounties up. They're saying you ordered. They're saying this. I'm saying that's going to be no bond. There's basically no argument you can make to this judge in a murder for hire case to get a bond. Is that the prosecution's case has taken two major hits. One, the prosecution has had to abandon their allegation that he rapped and celebrated about this murder, that he put these lyrics out talking about, oh yeah, I got you, you out here screaming no, crying in the street. The prosecution had to back away from that allegation. It was proven false. They need that allegation.
what could lead to his release is the prosecution undermining their own evidence and committing a serious legal violation against Lil Durk.
The other allegation they backed away from, which is huge, shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy. And now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
As he pointed out, the case is weakening for the prosecutors since they can no longer rely solely on Lil Durk's lyrics. But the key to his release lies in the fact that prosecutors are not only weakening their own case, they're also violating Lil Durk's First Amendment rights. His team has kept this argument in reserve, ready to use it when needed. All they need to argue is that Durk is exercising his constitutional right to free speech through his music and videos and theirs. No legal defense against that.
First Amendment, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you can go back and there's country records, and there are pop records, and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is true.
Even Lil Durk's lawyer, Drew Finling, called out the prosecutors for relying solely on lyrics as evidence, but now they're not even using them.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment. It did not name them, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part after. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
Knowing they had very little evidence against him, Lil Durk's lawyer made it clear they're ready to fight it out. When academics asked Drew about a plea deal, he replied, "Absolutely not. We're going the full distance."
Likelihood of a hopefully, I think a lot of people have seen like this. Seems like it's a do or die. This is kind of like it's gonna be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are, you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it? Just entertain it? Because that's your job to listen to it and make sense to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy case. It's an all or nothing case. He did not participate in a conspiracy. So there is no alternative. A life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to 12 people.
There was one problem with Lil Durk's lawyer announcing this during a public interview the very next day. Prosecutors hit Durk with new charges. According to reports, Lil Durk now faces a new charge in his murder for hire case after being indicted by a California grand jury. The rapper is charged with stalking resulting in death, related to the passing of Quando's cousin in August 2022. In addition to previous counts of using interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, conspiracy, and carrying and discharging firearms resulting in death. While prosecutors removed all references to Durk's lyrics in the latest indictment, these new charges changed everything. Notably, they dropped some of the most coincidental evidence. Durk's lyrics describing the scene, "Look on the news and see your son screaming no," which matched footage of Quando at the crime scene shouting the same.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath. This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
If prosecutors could drop such convincing evidence, it really makes you question how strong their case against Lil Durk actually is. Digging through court files for hours, here's what I found. A key update many overlooked states: over 230 gigs of digital evidence, including audio, video recordings, surveillance footage, and 20,000 pages of reports are still being processed for discovery. This evidence reportedly came from someone named F Jam. A court update also revealed that the feds believe Lil Durk paid to have 2 people taken out. 1, Stefan Mack, who got Durk's brother Dang, and 2, F Jam's baby mama, who died after. Durk discovered Jam was wearing a wire. The feds see Jam as the key to locking up Lil Durk for all 3 crimes. So, even after this murder for hire case wraps up, Durk is already connected to 2 other Chicago murders. This suspicion was heightened after an Instagram live where Durk noticed Jam was wearing a wire scene, holding the top of his jacket and whispering into it.